In this video, we'll discuss the unboxing, a full assembly guide, and a brief look around the new Legends Pinball 4KP. If you prefer written instructions, you'll also find a link in the video description below. The cabinet shown here will be the Adams family, but this guide will be the same for any Legends Pinball 4K or FX Legends 4K machine. I'm John, and welcome to Wagner's Tech Talk. When the Legends 4KP arrives, it will arrive in two separate boxes. One will contain the playfield, hardware, and owner's guide, and will weigh about 83 pounds. The second box will contain the Backbox, pinball legs, power cable, and the key to the back of the machine. I'll place the full packaging dimensions on the screen for reference. Open the smaller of the two boxes containing the Backbox by cutting across the top and the sides, such that the words on the sides are right side up. Then remove the smaller box and the larger box towards the back containing the pinball legs. Make sure the small cable going to the topper is tucked under the foam, then gently flip the box upside down and lift up. This will make it easier to remove the back box. Now raise up the foam portion and slide out the topper. The topper does have a protective film over it. Let's leave it on there for now. Next, we'll open the larger box containing the base or playfield assembly. Remove the packaging foam from the inside of the box and go ahead and set it aside. Carefully set the box upright such that the back of the machine is towards the floor. And if you have another person helping you, now would be a good time to go ahead and get them. Then, gently slide the machine out of the box. Remove the clear plastic around the playfield, and inside you'll find a package that includes the owner's guide and hardware to assemble the machine. Inside the small box you'll find the power cord and a set of keys to the back door of the cabinet. Set them aside for now, we'll need them shortly. From the box that contains the pinball legs, go ahead and remove each along with the plastic. In the next segment, we'll begin the assembly. We'll now assemble the Legends Pinball 4K machine. From our hardware kit, we'll use the wing nuts for the back box and the topper. The wooden dowels will serve as a guide and support for the back box. A screwdriver is provided to remove and install the back box screws. The black screws are for the pinball legs, along with an Allen wrench to tighten them down. In the next step, we'll only need the black screws and the Allen wrench. Here's a quick look at the owner's guide, which is included in the hardware pack. It includes some basic information about the cabinet, including the pinball tables that are pre-installed. And if you scan this barcode with your phone or tablet, it'll take you to the unboxing and assembly of your machine, along with some additional getting started information. But let's continue with the assembly. Set the playfield on a carpet, rug, or thick blanket on the floor. Then take each of the legs and install two of the black screws into each. Be sure to tighten them down well using the included Allen wrench. Repeat for all four legs, and once done, with two people, set the machine up on all four legs. Use the key to remove the back panel to the playfield. Then install the two wooden dowels into these two locations. These will provide additional support and help guide the Backglass assembly during installation. Lay the Backglass on a soft area, preferably a rug or carpet, upside down, and remove the 8 screws on the back of the panel. Place the screws somewhere safe so they don't get lost. We'll need to reinstall them to the back panel at a later step. Using the silver handle, remove the back panel and set it aside for now. Now we're ready to install the back box to the playfield. Using the middle cutout at the bottom of the back box as a guide, position the back box over the wooden dowels until the back box sits flush over the playfield. Next, install two of the wing nuts to these locations. Make sure to tighten them down very good. For each set of wires or cables, there is a pair of labeled color stickers and numbers associated with it that let you know what goes to what. Yours may be slightly different than what I show here. If it is different, go by the set of labels and numbers on your stickers. There are 6 connections to make overall, and diagrams that show the wiring and cable orientation. Don't worry, it's all very easy. Inside the base of the machine, you'll find a set of wires bundled together. Don't force them, they should go through rather easily. Once through the hole, if there is a cable tie, be very careful here and just snip the cable tie itself. In the future, this may be replaced by a rubber band. Separate all the cables so you can clearly see the numbers and colors of the labels. Locate number 1, which is the Backglass LVDS cable. Locate the red wires on the connector. These should be on the left-hand side of the connector and plugs into the corresponding number 1 label at the back of the Backglass display. Use extra care with this connector. Don't force it, and should you ever need to remove it, push in on the 2 silver ends and gently raise it straight up. Now take the 2 number 2 connectors for the backlight and go ahead and connect them together. For number 3, this is the DMD LVDS connection cable and connects to the small PCB at the back. Then gently just plug it in. Number 4 is the speaker connection cable. There is a notch on the top, and when the 2 are connected, it locks into place. Next, we'll install the topper. If you happen to be vertically challenged, such as I am, you may want a step stool for this, or you could just feel around the top and locate a small hole. Feed the cable for the topper into that hole and bring the cable down fully so the topper sits flush at the top. Now just install 2 of the wing nuts into the 2 holes at the top to secure the topper to the back box. Make sure they're fully tightened down. We'll now connect the number 5 cable for the LEDs to the topper. There is a notch so it can only go one way. And the last cable, number 6, is the LED adapter cable. The red and black wires to each will help with the connection orientation. We'll now reinstall the back panel and lock it down with the key. Position the back panel to the back of the back box. Starting from the top middle screw, reinstall all 8 screws from earlier. Plug in the power cord to the back of the machine. You'll find the power switch on the bottom right-hand side of the cabinet. Go ahead and flip it to the on position. You can now remove all the plastic protection from the apron, the play field, the topper, and the backglass. Now that the machine is fully assembled, let's take a quick look around. On the back of the back box, you'll find a small switch. You can use this to turn the topper LEDs off, medium, or high. Along the back, we have the power cable as well as a number of ports. If you'll be connecting a PC to your machine, the HDMI inputs will be needed. HDMI N1 is for the playfield, HDMI N2 is for the backglass, HDMI N3 is for the DMD, and USB 1 is typically for your OTG cable to your PC. In the USB 3.0 port, I do have a USB stick plugged in, which we'll discuss more in part 2 of this series. And lastly, the Gigabit Ethernet port. Wi-Fi is built in, so if you don't have an Ethernet cable nearby, you can use Wi-Fi instead. On the top right of the panel, you'll find the channel button for switching the input to OTG, as well as the volume up and down buttons. On the front is a faux coin door. If a coin is inserted, it falls into the bottom, but no credit is inserted into the machine. In part 2, we'll discuss more about the buttons and the navigation. On the sides, you'll find a red button for the flipper and navigation, as well as a white button for nudging the table. In part 2, we'll go into detail about the Day 1 update, how to navigate the machine, and much more. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel and want to keep up to date, click the subscribe button below and click the bell icon for notifications. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to talking with you again very soon.